An urban guerrilla is someone who fights a government using unconventional warfare or domestic terrorism in an urban environment. Theory and history of the urban guerrilla. The urban guerrilla phenomenon is essentially one of industrialized society, resting both on the presence of large urban agglomerations where hideouts are easy to find and on a theory of alienation proper to the modern society of mass consumption. Michael Collins, a commander of the Irish Republican Army, is often considered to be the father of modern urban guerrilla warfare. In April 1919, an elite assassination unit, known as the Squad or 12 Apostles, was created in Dublin. The unit was tasked with hunting down and executing British intelligence operatives in the city. They can be considered one of the first true urban guerrilla units. Historically, guerrilla warfare was a rural phenomenon. It was not until the 1960s that the limitations of this form were clearly demonstrated. The technique was almost entirely ineffective when used outside of the later colonial environment, as was shown by the Cuban-sponsored efforts in Latin America during the 1960s, culminating in the hopeless Foco campaign headed by Che Guevara in Bolivia that culminated in his death. The need for the target government to be simultaneously incompetent, iniquitous, and politically isolated was rarely met. The failure of rural insurgency forced the discontented to find new avenues for action, essentially random terrorism aimed at creating maximum publicity, provoking the targeted regimes into excessive repression and so inciting the general population to join a wider revolutionary struggle. This movement found its mentor in the leader of the ephemeral ACA Libertadora Nacional, Carlos Marighella. Before his death during a bank robbery in 1969, he wrote the mini-manual of the urban guerrilla, which, between the polemics, gave clear advice on strategy and was quickly adopted by others around the world. Historical examples: Argentina, Montoneros, Ejército Revolucionario del Pueblo, Tacuara nationalist movement. Bangladesh, Dhaka guerrillas called Crack Platoon during the 1971 Pakistan-Bangladesh War. Belgium, Cellules Communistes Combatants, Front Revolutionnaire d'Action Prolétarienne. Brazil, National Liberation Action, Popular Liberation Movement, Revolutionary Movement, the 8th of October, Armed Revolutionary Vanguard, Palmares, Popular Revolutionary Vanguard, Canada, FLQ, Direct Action, Women's Fire Brigade, Chile, Manuel Rodriguez, Patriotic Front, Movimiento de Izquierda Revolucionaria, Colombia, 19th of April Movement, Cuba, 26th of July Movement, El Salvador, FMLN, Ethiopia, Ethiopian People's Revolutionary Party, France, Action Director, FLNC, Germany, Leftists, Movement, the 2nd of June, Red Army Faction, Revolutionary Cells, Fascists, National Socialistische Untergrund, Great Britain, Scottish National Liberation Army, MAC, and Gough, Free Wales Army, Cornish National Liberation Army, Greece, Revolutionary Organization, the 17th of November, Revolutionary Struggle, Revolutionary Nuclei, Sect of Revolutionaries, Conspiracy of Fire Nuclei, Indian Naxalite Movement, Iran, Organization of Iranian People's Fedai Guerrillas, People's Mujahideen of Iran, Iraq Insurgent Forces, Ireland, Provisional Irish Republican Army, Official Irish Republican Army, Irish National Liberation Army, Irish People's Liberation Organization, Continuity Irish Republican Army, Real Irish Republican Army, Ogline Aran, Italy, Leftists, Red Brigades, Gruppetazione Partigiana, 18 March Brigade, 12 October Group, Red Patrol, Armed Proletarian Cells, Prima Linea, Fascists, Armed Revolutionary Cells, Sud Tyrol Liberation Committee, Black Order, 3rd Position, Revolutionary Action Fascists, Japan Leftists, Japan Revolutionary Communist League, National Committee, Japan Revolutionary Communist League, Fourth International Japan. Red Army faction, Japanese Red Army, United Red Army, East Asia Anti-Japan Armed Front, Fascists, Tatanakai, Malaysia Malayan Communist Party, Lebanon Hezbollah, Palestinian Territories Hamas, Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine, PLO, Nicaragua FSLN, Contras, Philippines Alex Bongayao Brigade, Red Scorpion Group, Light A Fire Movement, Sandigan Army, Poland Warsaw Uprising, Zamość Uprising, Bataliony Klopski, Armia Krajowa, Cursed Soldiers, Lesny, Henryk Dobrzański, Silent Unseen, Battalions Oscar, Polish Resistance Movement in World War II, National Armed Forces, Anti-Soviet Partisans, Lysochisai, Combat Organization of the Polish Socialist Party, Anti-Communist Resistance in Poland, Spain ETA, ETA-PM, Terraliua, GRAPO, Resistencia Gallega, Araltsa, Comandos Autónomos Anticapitalistas, Revolutionary Anti-Fascist Patriotic Front, Arxiu, Exercite Popular Català, Esquimós Autónomos de Librament, Hermanos Quero, Front da Librament de Catalunya, Organização de la Luta Armada, Exercita Guerrillero do Povo Galego CIV, Liga Armada Galega, Luta Armada Revolucionária, Fuerzas Armadas Guanches, Andicha Obrera, Somalia Hezbollah Islam, Al-Shabaab, Raskumboni Movement, Turkey Revolutionary People's Liberation Party Front, Marxist-Leninist Communist Party, Devrimci Yol, Turkish Revolutionary Youth Federation, Devrimci Karaga, Group of Communities in Kurdistan, Uruguay Tupamaros, USA Black Liberation Army, Earth Liberation Front, May 19 Communist Movement, Symbionese Liberation Army, Weathermen. However, not all urban political violence can be labeled as urban guerrilla. The Black Panther Party might not qualify, due to its public nature, although its policy of self-defense was interchangeable with a policy of armed struggle in militarily occupied African American communities. Similarly, the Italian Autonomia movement, and the German Autonomeng engaged in urban political violence, but not as urban guerrillas due to their policies of public mass and non-deadly violence. In the 1970s BBC comedy, Citizen Smith, Wolfie Smith, the leader of the fictional Tooting Popular Front, described himself as an urban guerrilla.